Yeah, thank you very much, President. First of all, I have to tell to Mr. Henkel that personally I have always said that the exit of Britain from the European Union is a failure of the European Union. When a big country like the UK leaves the European Union, it's very difficult to say, oh, what a fantastic thing. It's the opposite. I think that the place of the UK is inside the European Union. I'm also pretty sure that there will be a generation in the coming years, in the coming decades, who will return to the European Union. I'm sure of it, that this young generation already exists in the UK, and that they will take another decision than the decision that has been taken by this government and this majority. But, Mr. Henkel, may I ask you to tell this to your own friends in your own group in the ECR, who are the main people for a Brexit for the moment. It's a little bit easy to give lessons to us here, and especially to me, and saying, yeah, you don't like Britain, the opposite is true, but not to be capable to convince your own people in your own group, and who are not there for the moment to uphold you, I see. Nobody is there. Secondly, the reality, Mr. Henkel, is the following. Those who started this whole Brexit, which is in fact an attempt of the Conservative Party, you're working with the Conservative Party, you know them very well. It was in fact an attempt to take back control, and that was the big slogan of the Brexiteers, and is still the big slogan of the Brexiteers. It seems to me that Britain seems to be spinning out of control instead of being back in control. And I think that the only reasonable way, Mr. Henkel, to solve this problem, and you didn't talk about that, unfortunately, is that there is cross-party cooperation in British politics the fastest as possible, a compromise, a common view between Labour and the Conservatives. How you want to solve an existential problem like Brexit if it is used by both parties to kill each other? For them, Brexit is a bullet in a weapon, and not an existential problem of a country and of a whole continent. And that's a shame. So our and your appeal have to be in this plenary not to attack one or other colleague, but to say to the British political class, start to make an agreement between the two big parties, and start, in fact, to have an opinion that we can support here in this Parliament, and that opinion will be a close relationship between the UK and the EU. And that is the way forward. And I think that what is needed is that in British politics, Queen and country are put first, instead of the party politics that are governing the UK politics and the House of Commons for the moment. And that brings me to the next question, extension. I don't want a long extension, I'd say you that very openly. An extension why we go beyond the European elections, and the European elections will be hijacked by the Brexiteers and by the whole Brexit issue. We will talk only about that and not about the real problems and the real reforms that we need in the European Union. And the only thing what we will do, we will give a new mandate to Mr. Farage. That's the only thing what we're going to do. That's exactly what he wants. Why he wants that? For two reasons. First of all, he can continue to have a salary that he can transfer to his offshore company. And the second thing is that he can continue to do his work, dirty work in the European Union, that is to try to destroy the European Union from within. That is the real purpose. Well, and that is what you are, and he confirms. So what I think is that that's absolutely what we don't need. What we need is now certainty from the House of Commons, from a majority in the House of Commons, as Mr. Henkel has also asked for. That is what we need. And so I'm against every extension. When an extension of 1 day, 1 week, even 24 hours, if it is not based on a clear opinion of the House of Commons for something, that we know what they want.
Is it less ambitious than the deal? Okay, it is less ambitious than the deal. That's your opinion. If it is a customs union, it is a customs union. If it is the deal, it is the deal. If it is a Norway plus, it's a Norway plus. But please make up your mind in London, because this uncertainty cannot continue. Not for us, not for Britain, and certainly not for our citizens. Thank you, President.